People are our biggest asset. One of the main things apart from the showrooms and services, we invested on our teams. We knew our people and their knowledge and how they are going to translate the vision to our customers is going to be the key. So we have invested heavily on that, including giving things like e-platforms already to our teams. We are a learning organization. Industry is changing a lot. World is changing a lot. So we are learning from multiple angles. Looking at BYD, the regional performance, I think Sri Lanka is leading because we had a pent-up demand with us. Our vision is, like we have clearly communicated, is not just to sell some cars. We have all the resources for renewable energy. We just need to make sure we have the policies as a country to get the best out of it.
Hi everyone. Businesses today face constant changes, and one thing is very clear. Great modern leadership is not about simply producing excellent results. It's about how you lead your people. The Colombo Leadership Academy Great Managers Awards recognize leaders and organizations that are getting this right and setting the standard for modern leadership in Sri Lanka. Joining me today in the studio is Charith Panditharatne, the CEO of John Keells CG Auto, a winner of one of the Great Managers Leadership Awards. Charith, welcome.
It's good to be back here again.
Winning a Great Managers Award signals more than just performance, right? It speaks to how you lead people. And at John Keells CG Auto, what does great management mean to you?
Well, it's a bit of a broader topic than that. I think when it comes to our company, if we look at JKCG, it's not that old. Almost 2 years, I think, a bit nudging there, but we are backed by John Keells Group and CG Group as well. So when you take the entire group, there are a lot of ways of managing this. When you look at JKCG, we were, I would say, lucky in a way to kind of inculcate a performance-driven culture. We started at a high after the import restrictions were open, so it was a bit challenging. So what we promoted was a performance culture. We rewarded that. We rewarded the people who were performing above and beyond. So that kind of helped from the day one to see, okay, this company is really driven on performance base. So we put processes like that, KPIs like that to drive that as well. So it's not just KPI driven. We always try to do what's right at the right time. So I think that actually helped us to get our managers also to drive this idea in day-to-day work to get things done.
Excellent. The awards place strong emphasis on culture and employee engagement. How have you translated like a people-first culture that you have at John Keells CG Auto into more measurable business outcomes? And then also, especially in an environment, as you said, where it's evolving rapidly, right? Mobility is evolving very, very rapidly.
So to put a base to this, I think people are our biggest asset. We were very clear on that from the day one, and especially when it comes to automotive, you need to have your technical skills. You know, even to sell the product, to sell a car, you need to know a bit about technical stuff. So from the beginning, like we discussed in our previous engagement also, we started investing based on indications that the market is going to get open. So one of the main things apart from the showrooms and services, we invested on our teams. So we knew our people and their knowledge and how they are going to translate the vision to our customers is going to be the key. So one thing is building this culture and maintaining it is L&D, learning and development. So we have invested heavily on that, including giving things like e-platforms already to our teams. So that's number one. And we are trying to make sure that our knowledge is up to standard. So we constantly working with BYD on their e-platforms, on their new technology, and updating ourselves and making sure our people are also updated properly. So then we can give the best services to our customers.
And how are you translating that to measurable business outcomes?
So, well, we have a flexible culture. We want to make it customer-centric, but we have a strict process as well. So it's a fine balance. It's not an easy thing, I would say, for us to drive as a new company and to our managers as well. But I think the team is doing a really good job. Yes, we are customer-centric. We are a learning organization. We are still learning from what's going on. Our industry is changing rapidly. New technology is coming in. So we are learning from multiple angles. But in the same time, we have a process of what's the extent of do's and don'ts. So then that's easy for us to go, but we are flexible to see whether our processes are right also, whether that's also need to get evolved. So based on that, we keep evolving, but having the check and balances where it should be.
Excellent, excellent. And coming to your industry, the automotive industry is being rapidly changed by multiple things. There's electrification, there's digitalization, consumer expectations are shifting rapidly. How do you prepare your teams, to stay agile and also future ready while also maintaining a strong corporate culture as well?
Well, culture plays a big role on that. So basically, Imran, the culture depends on what we do at the right time. With the people, our employees also looking at us, are we doing the right thing at the right time? So that's something we have established. Yes, we are. As best of our knowledge and best of our ability, we will do that. Keeping the team up with in the game is tough now because the industry is changing a lot. World is changing a lot. On top of the industry, we have the current problems that entire world is facing. So one thing, like I told, is the learning and development. So we keep our knowledge the best that we can, go with the principles on what they are introducing because they are the best of the world now. Number one,
of course,
automobile manufacturer in the world now. So then what can we learn from them? And then what can we get into Sri Lanka and how to translate that in a way our people also stay ahead in the game. And finally, how we can give that back to the customers in Sri Lanka. So that's the real game. Because we know, yes, we can keep our people in a certain phase, but our customers are also really advanced now. So we need to make sure we are at least 1 or 2 steps ahead. So it's not easy, but I think learning and development, giving the right tools to get them up and running and having that culture where people are kind of, pushing towards that, I think helps us.
Interesting. And tell us a little bit about your partnership with the principal BYD, because they are the leading, new energy vehicle manufacturer in the world. I think they trust you a lot because that's why I think we have discussed before, Denza has come, one of the pioneer markets to be introduced. How has that allowed you to sort of, do this journey with a trusted partner rather than simply alone?
Yes. So that actually helps a lot. So looking at BYD, the regional performance, I think Sri Lanka is leading because we had a pent-up demand with us. We are a small market, but BYD in terms of market share, we are leading in the region. BYD being number one in the world in NE when it comes to NEVs help us a lot in terms of learning and development because their technology is the one that is leading right now. Its technology is advanced and in the same time affordable. So that's why we even call BYD's affordable luxury. And Denza is one thing on top of that. And in that market also, Denza is, I can actually tell it's the best product to the money you spend. So you get best of both worlds. So BYD being number one in the industry have helped us a lot in transfer of knowledge. They are also very, very, very strict when it comes to standards and how we are going to implement them in Sri Lanka. They monitor independently. Wow. So that also keep us a bit on our pins to push ourselves together. But they are also very, very leading in learning and development. They have put learning and development centers in regional offices as well. So we are, for Sri Lanka also, we are trying to get one of that. So JKCG to lead this journey in Sri Lanka in terms of NEVs.
Excellent, excellent. The evaluation criteria for the Colombo Leadership Academy Gate Managers Awards places a lot of emphasis on how managers engage and develop their teams and their people. What one mind shift change have you done that you think has made the biggest difference in your organization?
So let me answer in 2 ways. So first thing is we need to see whether our managers are trained before them training the next level. So I think we in the group, we have even for the first time managers, how to manage this type of role because you are getting promoted as a manager or selected as a manager because you are good at what you are doing.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't mean that you are good in managing a team. So we first look at that. We make sure that our managers are also the best managers we have. And then we have a proper feedback with our teams. Set the expectations, right? This is what expected from you. Right. And then weekly, daily, monthly feedbacks. And from the company itself, we have quarterly town halls to see where we are going. So it's a vivid imagination for everyone. It's very clear as JKCG where we want to go as BYD where we want to go, as Denza where we want to be. And it's easy to hold people accountable.
Right.
So that sort of, even though we are flexible, we hold our teams accountable and managers especially, because they have to balance a lot. They have to manage direction, people and everything. So I think they are doing a very good job in that. While being flexible, we make sure we have the right people at the right place and to drive this properly on the ground, on the top.
Excellent. I think you have a general idea of where you're going, and I think execution, it will happen. Interesting question that I want to pose from you. Look, you're a new dynamic organization, obviously backed by a much older organization. But as organizations grow, it becomes increasingly difficult to align, the values and maintain the trust, as you grow. How do you ensure that leadership values and behaviors are consistently experienced across different levels of organizations? Because when you start, you know all the employees for sure. Now, at the rate y'all are going, I'm sure that, you wake up one day and realize, who are these people? So how are you going to maintain that alignment across the organization and consistency?
Well, Imran, you are very correct. 1 year ago exactly, we maybe have 30 people. Now we had almost 340 people and growing.
Wow.
Well, to answer shortly, it's consistent communication and transparency. So if you consistently communicate with your teams where we are heading, even if you have a problem, problem can be external, problem can be internal. So we make sure that we communicate that in the way that all our staff understand. So then only they also know what part they need to play. So one thing is that consistent communication and to make sure everyone understand where we are as a company, and as it can be a division, it can be a location, how they need to contribute to the bigger picture. Then we are very much, I would say, flexible in terms of autonomy, and all our staff has easy access to leadership. So if he has a problem somewhere that, boiling that we don't know, we have created that kind of a cohesive environment. Anyone doesn't feel like it's a problem to raise anything up, even a smallest thing. So I think that has helped everyone to trust each other professionally and to continue this growth. So that's the culture we have put to, but to make sure that's there. Like I told earlier, we are putting the process and policies in place that we can make sure that is being followed. So the process is there, system is aligned with that, continuous improvement to make sure that we also keep ourselves as a learning organization. So continuously we will improve our processes, improve our trainings, improve our systems to make sure to give the best outside. So I think once you align the transparency, communication and the process, I'm sure that we can continue what we have built, even though the company grows by 10%.
Absolutely. Recognition is a milestone. It recognizes your achievements up to a particular point, right? But sustaining is a real challenge. And I think we both are aware of where certain organizations have gone wrong. What are you doing today to ensure that the standard of leadership and culture continues to evolve? Right throughout this interview, you've been telling me how you want to keep this as a learning. I find that very heartening, to be honest with you. So how are you going to maintain that the standard of leadership will continue to be high and will not plateau after this award?
Well, Imran, it's a bit of a tough question to ask, but again, it's all in line where we are heading as a company, as an industry, what's our part in it, what are we contributing to Sri Lanka as a company. So again, our vision is, like we have clearly communicated, is not just to sell some cars. We want to make sure that John Keells CG Auto is a pillar in transforming the automotive industry towards NEVs and EVs for various reasons. Sri Lanka needs it right now. I mean, it's very apparent what we were talking about for a couple of years now, 1 or 2 years.
Very prescient.
Very apparent. So I think it's to make sure that this continues. It should be a way that, again, we need to show our people what we are fighting for, what we stand for in the market, what we stand for in the industry. So then, again, we put our processes in right. We develop our teams, train them and make sure that they see a shared vision. So they follow us and follow the process, follow the training and development and better themselves. So if we have the processes, again, right process, right person in the right place, I'm sure this will continue for future as well.
Outcome depends on processes. Charith, 2 quick years of growth for both your company and also the industry in this country, and what is happening in terms of the the crisis in the Middle East will have a big impact in terms of take up. Are you ready for the explosive growth that is going to come, and is the country ready?
Well, I think Sri Lanka, like I always tell, has always been ready. Our economy is not the biggest. We have the solar energy every day. We have the hydro. We have all the resource for renewable energy. We just need to make sure we have the policies as a country to get the best out of it. If we had the fleet of vehicles to make sure that renewable energy also being used properly, I think as a country we can win. Yes, right now there is growing demand for EVs and NEVs. I think as a company we are geared up. We have 10 sales locations, 5 after sales locations and growing. We have the largest collision repair center in the country with us. But still, we still believe none of these are the biggest achievements or the strengths. We still believe our people are the biggest strength, because we can have all the facilities, but if our people are not up to the standard, this won't matter. So again, we believe we need to keep at this game and to help the company and the country in large extent. I think we are ready as a company.
Excellent, excellent. So once again, Charith Panditharatne, CEO of John Keells CG Auto. Congratulations on winning the Colombo Leadership Academy Great Managers Awards. I know your company has individual winners, but you're here to represent the company. Very proud of your growth in the last couple of years and your contribution to this country. All the very best.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.